The Sims 4 Horse Ranch gameplay trailer dropped today. It dropped this morning. I did look at it once already. And we're going to look at it again here and kind of review and consider this gameplay trailer for the Horse Ranch, for this expansion pack for The Sims 4. Let's just get started here. Let's just jump in, right? It is T for teen. So here we go. Now, right off the bat, let me say again, like I always say here, not all images appear in game. Okay, well, great, all that. Why? Why are there images here that aren't in game? Which images are there? Should I be concerned? Is this something important? Is it nothing? I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that with any game. The Sims is not the only game that does this. I went over this with the last trailer. The last trailer was just like this. Not all images appear in game. I'm only buying what's in the game. Okay. I'm not buying what is in this trailer for some reason that's not in the game. So, okay. I already don't like that. I didn't like it last time either, or any other time on any other game I've ever seen it on. So there you go.
I'll admit it. My introduction to Chestnut Ridge was a little rocky. I had to learn just how much work it takes.
Now we had a pretty cool view there. It is a pretty world. Let me back up just a little bit. Here we go. I mean, it's a beautiful world. We've got this great look here, this sort of Utah look, right? Sort of Arches National Park type of look there. It's kind of a cool looking arch there, right? Kind of a little look to it. So we've got a cool world. This is, of course, our gameplay trailer.
To live a real ranch life.
Take care of the horses. We have some, juice stomping there, some nectar making. Again, another great shot of the world. The world looks really pretty.
Show you the ropes.
And then we're back downtown here.
Community plays a big part in life out here.
My guess is we keep seeing the exact same shot of downtown. That's it. That must be the town. Because we see the exact same sort of plaza there the whole time. We've got the competition
owner of the equestrian
and training horses right off the bat.
Like barrel racing and jumping take place.
Again, we have seen all this.
Sage, my horse, is super friendly. She put up with all of my horsing around while I learned how to ride. Some horses wouldn't have been as patient with a new rider.
Kind of saw that too in
Once
the first
in a while,
trailer.
they're
Almost
more
that exact
aggressive,
same
more
sort of
defined
scene.
horses. They're like people
Got
that
the baby
way,
animals
with
there,
different
super
personalities
cute.
and traits.
I don't know. That sim, by the way, it's pretty hot, but I don't know that we're seeing.
But the closer you are with a horse,
too much
easier it is
nudity
to
here,
practice your skills.
right?
You'll see folks mounted up pretty much everywhere, going on long rides out in the park.
So we got the
or
national
town.
park there.
Horses need a lot of
They're
space.
kind of camping
out
out
we got
downtown.
Sage, we ended up
okay, now let me
redesigning
say
our
real
property
quick. We're going to come in here. They're building this barn here
Space
at their
for her.
home. I have never seen. I've never seen a ranch like this. Okay, I've never seen anybody stick their barn literally right up against their house. Now I know it's the Sims. I know the lots sometimes are small. This is Horse Ranch. Okay, this is Horse Ranch. So far, I really don't feel like we've seen a lot in either one of the. We're only halfway through this trailer, but I did watch it this morning. I don't feel like we've seen very much that says ranch. Okay, now this might be. This could almost just be in town, it's almost like Horse Pet. It's almost like Horse Pet instead of Horse Ranch. It's a cute barn. The barn does look cute.
What else are we going to do? She's part of the family.
It's got a little garden there, maybe for some fruit to grow some nectar.
I'll head over to my friend Umbra's place to help out when the family members are all busy.
Now, this is a little bit larger lot. Of course, it looks like a little bit larger house anyway.
Look how cute their foal is.
And they've, got some horses
inherited
here.
Her mom's
Again,
friendly nature.
I don't see much, though, on this lot
if you do
either.
decide to adopt a horse,
We've got a kind of a stable, I guess, back here.
It takes
if that's
work
on the
to
same
meet all
lot, I
their
don't even know
needs
if it's
and
on the
keep
same
them
lot,
happy.
but
they need to be fed.
I think it is, yeah. So we've got kind of a stable back here and a large house. And I think that's it for that ranch,
brushed, trained, and cleaned up after, too. And if you have other animals, like mini goats and sheep, well, it can be a lot all at once. Of course, you could always hire a ranch hand to do that. They're great at everything, from tending our nectar crops to picking up manure. Just hit up a community board to hire one. You can also check out any horses up for sale or adoption while you're looking.
Okay, let me stop here real quick. So we're about 2/3 of the way through this trailer probably now, I guess. So far, everything we've already seen. We've seen all of this in the original trailer. In fact, the original trailer almost felt like went in more in depth than this one is. I want to back up here. You can see it back over here a little bit. So I guess I don't need to really back up. Okay. So that is our competition arena, right? That's our competition arena. They've not touched on this yet. And as I recall from this morning when I watched this, they don't touch on it at all. So to me, horse training your horse for the competition is all the gameplay there is as far as that goes, because they're not even really talking about it all that much. There was that image at the start there with sort of the medals, the medallions on I don't know what you call them, medals, medallions, kind of wall trophies, right? The kind of wall trophies behind the one person that are either her belt buckle collection or they're going to be some sort of trophy, right? That's what it looked like to me. But we're not seeing anything about the horse competition. That's a little worrisome. That's a little worrisome to me.
That's how I rescued Sage. All that hard work really starts to feel good when you realize how far you've come. When I first started making nectar, I wasn't great at it. I made a lot of messes and quite a few subpar batches. Now, though, I make a profit selling all kinds of nectar. Old Roberto Crinkletop even shared his secret recipe with me. But I'll take that one to my grave and beyond. He's actually very nice, if a little odd. Sometimes he shows up to hit the dance floor, but no one really knows where he lives. I think he likes it that way. Whether they've been here for generations...
This is a little bit different. I don't remember seeing that they sheared the sheep before, in the original trailer, and I don't think I've read that anywhere. It's probably going to be I don't know. Can we do that with cottage living? Was there an animal we could do that with cottage living? I can't remember. But yeah, the llamas. I think it's going to be a little bit like that. But it's cute. They're cute. So that's a little bit, of an addition. Like here's the horses playing around with that ball,
Story. Maybe it's time to start your story too.
Okay. And then that's pretty much it. So it's over, right? That's the end of the trailer. Let me back up here, and again, I mean, they kind of say there at the end, that's my story. It's time to start your story. I get that we can do storytelling with The Sims 4. I do a lot of that myself. That's always possible. That's not really a gameplay feature. You can tell a story with all sorts of video games. The Sims is particularly adapted to it, but I've told stories with Jedi Fallen Order before online that had nothing to do with the gameplay, just using kind of the graphics and the scene. So, okay. So, I don't really consider part of the gameplay. So really what we saw here was a rehash of what was in the first trailer. There wasn't anything new. There's basically, you get a horse, you can train the horse, you can make nectar, and that's about it. So and dance. There's dancing, you can dance. There's a little bit of taking care of the miniature animals need some care. Again, so do chickens and stuff in game, so they need some care as well. So there's not really anything new added on here. Is that a bad thing? Well, I mean, not necessarily. If you were happy with the first trailer and kind of what it included, then even though there's not really a lot of expansion on that here in this trailer, you're probably still going to be happy with what you saw. I said during the first trailer, and I've said this since then on Twitter, this thing back here is a rabbit hole, and the entire horse competition is going to be a rabbit hole competition. That's what I think. That's what I believe. I believed it from the start, and I believe it even more with this trailer, because there's nothing in this trailer that talks about that competition at all. Okay, you can train your horse. And we saw those kind of medals on the wall, but there's nothing that says, take your horse to the competition and put them through their paces, run them through that stuff. which is, I think, just where you train your horse, kind of a public training ground. There's nothing that says you use any of that for the competition. And like in Cottage Living, they did highlight bringing your pie or your vegetables or whatever to the kind of county fair competition, right? They highlighted that as a gameplay feature. This does not have that highlighted as a feature. So I'm not even going to count that horse competition as a gameplay feature. It's not in here. It's not in the trailer. So it's obviously not a gameplay feature. There's dancing, there's nectar making, there's having a horse, training a horse, raising a horse, and raising baby animals. That's our gameplay stuff. And so I think I'm going to be a little curious. I'm going to be a little bit curious how people kind of react to this, how they feel about it. I said on the first one that it feels light. On the first trailer, it feels light. It still feels light. Still feels light to me. But I will say this. So in some ways, these definitions that we use for expansion pack and game pack and stuff pack, those are almost 10 years old. Okay. They've been, that was established for The Sims 4 almost 10 years ago. And in some cases, expansion pack and stuff packs like 20 years old, those definitions. So I'm not even going to look at this and say, is this worthy of the term expansion pack? Is this an expansion pack? Or I think it's more than a game pack. I do think there's more there than a game pack. But, I'm not going to say that either. What I would say and what I think people have to ask themselves, is it worth $40? If you live in the United States, because it's $40 in the United States. I don't know how much it is in other countries, but whatever it costs in your region and your locality, is it worth that cost for what you see here, for what you're getting? That's what you have to ask yourself anymore. Not is it equal to an expansion pack? Not is it equal to what we got in the past for an expansion pack? Because all of that, expansion packs haven't gone up in price in 10 years. Okay. So with all the inflation over the last 10 years, expansion packs probably should be well into the $50 range now. Probably, I'd have to look it up, but probably somewhere between, $50 and $55 for an expansion pack instead of $40. So I really think what you look at and you ask yourself, is it worth $40? In my case here in the United States, in the area I live in, for $40, this is an example. For $40, I can buy 2 matinee movie tickets. That means to go to the movies in the afternoon, when it's cheaper. Go to the movies in the afternoon when it's cheaper. I can buy 1 thing of popcorn, 1 drink, and 1 bag of candy, right? Like a little thing of movie theater candy for my son and I to share. And that's $40. Okay. So 1 trip to the movies with not even an extravagant trip to the concession stand, a pretty basic, let's share everything trip to the concession stand, that's $40. So if you are a middle-class American living here in the United States like myself, probably you look at it and think, okay, well, I can go to the movies with my son one afternoon, or I can buy this pack. Well, yeah, okay, the pack's okay. That's not true all over the world. The Sims is a global game, and there's a lot of global considerations that go into it. So, yeah, I think you have to ask yourself, you have to look at it and ask yourself, is it worth it? That's what it's coming down to right now, because I think we've seen what's here. I do not think there's any surprises coming. I don't know. I haven't heard yet that there's going to be a live stream. I haven't seen that posted anywhere or heard that. There probably will be a live stream. Do I think there's going to be surprises? Nope. I don't. I don't think there's going to be any surprises. I didn't think with the first trailer. I said, do I think there's going to be anything else? I said, nope. And so far that's the case with the second trailer. There's not anything else. So look at what is here and decide if it's worth whatever it costs in your area compared to what you're going to sacrifice to buy it. In the meantime, please hit like, subscribe, and notify. That's probably about all we really need to say at this point. There's nothing new in this trailer to go over. Nothing I didn't say in the first one. So please hit like, subscribe, and notify. I will be here later. I think we'll do a tour of some fantasy save builds, maybe do a little bit building after that, a little bit of building for the upcoming pack. I'm building some stuff in advance. So when the pack comes out, I'm ready to go, ready to push stuff into different parts of the new world. And then whatever new stuff we get with the pack, maybe, swapping things out in the build. So I'll do some of that live later. And in the meantime, for now, as for always, thanks for watching.